Hello and welcome to the City of Sydney's Reboot webinar series. My name is Kate Pearden, and again, I am the host for this special series. Now, before we begin our session today, I'd like to acknowledge and pay respect to traditional owners on the land on which each of us meet. As we share knowledge and learnings today, may we also pay respect to the knowledge embedded forever with the Aboriginal custodianship of country. Now, for those that have joined this session before, or this series before, you'll know that the Reboot webinar series is focused on practical and actionable insights to help businesses thrive across these three different phases of businesses: run, grow, and adapt. Today's session is definitely on the run and the grow and the adapt. So we're actually ticking off all three on this one. Now, Reboot was originally developed to support local businesses in the aftermath of COVID 2020 or the 2020 COVID-19 lockdown. And it's now in its fifth iteration. So Reboot 2025 is presented in two blocks. We had a block earlier this year, and this is the beginning of our second block of 5 webinars, which is same time, same place today and the next 4 weeks. Each webinar has a wonderful guest speaker. Like today, we have Heather Porter with us, case studies and tips you can apply immediately to help you and your business thrive. We're very grateful with the Reboot series being brought to you by the City of Sydney. Thank you, City of Sydney, and proudly supported by Service New South Wales Business Bureau. We'll pop a link in the chat so you can find about more about what they can provide with free, independent, and tailored business advice, which is an amazing service. So let me tell you about what you can expect over this next hour. Our guest expert, the wonderful Heather, will share a presentation for about 15 to 20 minutes and followed by some case studies. And actually with Heather, she's included those in as we go along the way. So you can really see how we can make the most of meta ads and social media. Then we'll be followed by about 15 minutes of questions. You'll notice we have a chat box and a Q&A box. The chat box, I love how people have been using it where you might make a few comments along the way, or I definitely agree with this, or I'm a bit confused about that. And I monitor that as we go, and I might ask Heather a couple of questions, or I might pop a little comment and say, hey, great Q&A, put this in the Q&A box, which is at the bottom. And then we answer the Q&A as many as we can at the end. We've got about 15 minutes. So that's the difference between the chat box and the Q&A box. But if you pop it in the wrong spot, I'll help you out. Don't stress. I would rather hear your questions than you be worried about you putting it in the wrong spot. So let me tell you about the wonderful Heather Porter from Website Love. We are so fortunate to have her with us today. She has 15 years experience in digital marketing. And for those that remember, that's kind of when it was born, like the very cusp. But I remember hiring a social media manager and everybody laughed at me because it wasn't a thing then. So Heather has seen it all. She's a business owner. She's a consultant. She's a speaker. She has a Bachelor of International Business from San Diego State University. She's the founder of business Website Love, as I said. And this is a website development and social media agency. And they specialize in digital marketing strategies for educational services, coaching, and consulting businesses, which I know is sort of the niche for a number of people today. But if that's not your niche, there's still plenty you can take out of today's session. Now, something that I've learned recently about Heather is not only is she an author, but she is a best-selling author, has an Amazon Kindle #1, which is pretty amazing. We'll have a chat about that another day. And she's also a co-author of 4 books, a trainer in the social media show on the Bizversity business app, which is used in more than 100 countries, and is one of 7 Meta, which you're like, what is Meta? It's like Facebook, Instagram, Messenger. Heather will tell us about it. Don't worry, I'm with you. One of only 7 Meta certified lead trainers in Australia and New Zealand, and also a Meta certified media buying professional. So we are so fortunate to have Heather with us today. You
Kate,
might have
thank you
seen
so
her
much.
before. There's still more, Heather, because you might have seen her
No, I'm
before in
thinking
local
this is too much.
councils,
My head's going
chambers
to
of
explode.
commerce, business training organizations, and we have her here today to help simplify some digital marketing for us, talk about meta ads and also some of the social media, just so you can really easily pinpoint what is going to work for you and stop wasting your time and resources, which honestly, we could all do with. So thank you so much, Heather. We would love to hear about what you've got to share with us today.
Oh, thank you so much. I know some of you guys on probably have been introduced before, and it's always so interesting when you hear all of this on paper, somebody else saying it, you're like, really? Did I do all that? Thank you. I appreciate that introduction so much, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you guys. Kate just mentioned the chat box, and I'd like to put that to good use right now before we get started. I'd love to know what your business does. So just pop the name of your business and what it is. Is it services? Is it e-commerce, nonprofit? What is it? Find the chat box, pop that in, name of business and what you do. And while you're putting that in there, I can get to know who's actually here because we're going to talk about all different types of businesses. And I have some really great little case studies for you, as Kate mentioned as well. Excellent. We have some service and coaching and e-com. We have Colef, sustainable women's handbags. Ooh, interesting. Service, home care, beach tennis school. Oh, I love this. You guys, wow. Mobile, what do we have? Mobile cleaning company, mobile car detailing. Oh, it's coming in thick and fast, Kate. I love this. So we have associates in law firm, empowerment today, NFP teaching, empowerment, self-defense. Look at these businesses: Capture Australia, analog photo, digitation, ecom, Donna Forco design. We have prop
Wow.
tech. Look at all these. Oh, I love business owners. Aren't we amazing bunch? I mean, seriously, we're those people, the crazy people that are willing to like take on the world's problems and make them our own and then productize and sell them. And yeah, wow, wineries, we've gluten-free bread mixes. I'd be up for that for sure. Embroidery and printed apparel and merch, electronics. So now you guys know who's here too. This is so good. Wine education events. I'd be up for that, Jim, too. Thank you for sharing a little bit about yourselves. We're actually going to start with a quick poll and then we'll get stuck into it and I have so much to share. So let's do the first poll, which is your challenges with social media. I'd love to know from you guys, what do you actually think is the most challenging around using social media? So Kate's going to go ahead and pull that up, put that up on the screen, and then we'll all be able to see what each of us thinks. So go ahead and answer that question that has just popped up for you now. What is the most challenging thing for you using social media? And you can
Let's
choose
see,
more than
people
one
are
if you'd
already
like.
in. We've got 25% of people voted, 40%, 45%.
Excellent.
Quick, get in there. I'm going to
Tell me
close it in
more.
10 seconds. 60%. Give us your vote. You can vote for more than one. Because if it's
Can't wait.
me, I would be like all of them.
All of them? Yeah.
All
Most
right.
people do.
Yeah, 70% of people. All right, I'll give you 5 more seconds. Quick, get your votes in. Three, two, one. All right, let's have a look.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so don't have time. About 23%, 45% not sure what to post. Okay, great. Have not seen any results, 32%, and 36% inconsistent or reactive with posting. Okay, good. So guess what, you guys? You're going to be getting a formula on this session. Being that I've been doing this for 15 years, OG of digital marketing, I don't like to mess around with business owners' time, and I just like to give you what works. How's that sound? Does that work for you guys? I'm just going to give you what works. It's a formula, and that's what we're about to talk about. And then if you have not gotten great results, if you follow this formula, certainly you will. It's also going to help those of you that don't have time, that are inconsistent, and you'll learn how to get your posts out there to more people by the end of the session as well. So, what are we going to talk about in this amazing session together? Here we go. The 3 content pillars. You'll learn about those first that you need and what to create for each. You guys, whether that is organic, so free posting and just growing that side of your business and your marketing, that will work there, but it also certainly works for advertising as well. We're going to go through step guidance on creating and managing boosted posts as well. What those are, if you're not familiar, and those are used to basically further amplify your reach. We're going to cover some case studies as well. Throughout, I'm giving you ideas and case studies, but we're actually going to stop on a couple together, specifically around e-commerce and service businesses. And there's a mix of all of you guys in here, so I know you'll learn something from either or both. Then we are going to end up with a quick checklist that you can use to take away from this session so you understand how to prep your posts. And certainly, we're coming up to the time of year that is Black Friday, it is holiday sales. And so the plan that I'm about to lay out for you guys is about how to prep for the crazy months coming ahead and how to get the most out of that. Kate, I know you mentioned 2 questions. Please pop them in. Kate's going to be helping to field those questions with me as we get to the last part of this session together as well. So let's get started with the 3 content pillars. Now, as a trainer from Meta, the one thing I do love about that, by the way, is that I get to hear directly from Meta, aka Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram, what works, what specifically works on their platforms. And there are three pillars of content that work. And it's all about educating early, creating emotionally fueled, charged content. So your people essentially really connect with your brand, and then converting when urgency is highest. So what does that mean? Okay, pillar number one, education. That is the first one that we always want to start with. Social media, just so you guys know, I'm sure some of you already know this, is what we call a discovery platform. Think about how you use Google and now ChatGPT and the other AI platforms. You already know what you want, right? You Google it. You're asking it a question. You're saying, how do I do this? Or best women's handbags online. So you know what you want. It's called intent-based marketing. Social media is discovery marketing. It's a different type of marketing because you're on the platforms, you're scrolling through the feeds. Initially, you're there to connect with friends, family, potentially influencers or brands that you're connected with, or even to learn about the news. You're there to connect, and you're not necessarily going on to Instagram and saying, "Today, I'm going to go shopping for my next plumber." So it's different. So how do we use it? You have to use these pillars. And the biggest, most important pillar is called education. And this is what we tend to refer to as awareness marketing. What is it? Okay, it's content that teaches, it demonstrates, it explains what you do. It's focused on solving customer problems and showing off your expertise. It builds trust, most importantly, before asking for the sale. This on the right hand side of your screen is a video that I've put out. I do a lot of video content. There's no sales involved. It's me teaching something about digital marketing. It's filmed from my phone. And that's the best thing as well. Videos filmed from your phone, that's the best place to start. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm going to tell you, the most polished videos, like if you were to get a big camera crew in and fancy lighting, those videos 90% of the time perform way less than a casual video from your phone. How good is that? That's the best news ever, right? Because that means you don't have to be polished and spend a lot of money on crew and also equipment.
I wonder if
So,
that's a relief or almost like that's permission that you can do it. And now people are like, oh no, I was
yeah,
using that as my
sorry.
excuse.
No more excuses. Yeah, good call. Yes. So, why do you need it? So, shoppers begin researching holiday buys weeks in advance. Weeks in advance. Think about you guys. Like when you're shopping for something or thinking about doing something, don't you kind of go online and you poke around and you're checking things out? You might check out reviews and testimonials. You might ask your friends or your family, "Hey, what's the best this or that?" You don't tend to just jump on and buy stuff. Some of us do, but the majority of people don't. So, research in advance, education content builds awareness before they're ready to purchase. It helps position your brand as the go-to brand. So when the sales are on, when that season is on, when people buy, they already know about you. They already are aware about you and what you offer. Now, as far as the timeline, the best timing is to do your education content actually ongoing, because this is how you raise awareness for your brand. But ramp that up 8 to 10 weeks approximately before the holidays come into play. So some examples of what you can do. Quick how-to reels. Reels being like Instagram and Facebook reels, videos. Quick videos, how-to videos, like how to style a product that you have, a style like how to like a lookbook or put it with an outfit, or how do you use it in the kitchen, whatever the product is. If it's a service, it's like how do you use your service, or why might they need it? For example, I showed you that example of me on video. That's me teaching about a website and what you need on your website because I build websites. We also have a demo videos as well showing like features and benefits of what you offer, explainer posts or videos like, oh, by the way, FAQs, one of my favorite, you guys. You can map out your top 10, 20 frequently asked questions that you get over and over again. Make those into educational videos. Comparisons, product comparisons. Like if you have multiple types of products or you have different services, you can compare what you offer and help people choose the best option. You're educating them. Tips and tricks carousel posts. This is an example of a carousel post, one of mine on the right-hand side of your screen. So you see it like has an arrow and goes across. If you were to swipe across, you get educational tips in each post or each carousel as you flick across, like a slideshow. Just on that note, by the way, carousel posts are, it's like a little insider tip right now and works what is working really, really well on Instagram. It's very, very high engagement. Yes, videos are fantastic, but not all of us want to watch a video. So what's great about the carousel is you just put a big bold text on it and or photos and people can flick across really easily and get the same content that you might want to show them in a video. So try a carousel if you've not done one. It's just a few slides loaded up so people flick across blogs or podcast snippets. So for those of you that do podcasts or you write articles on your website, pull out like the best little pieces from those pieces of content, put them in carousels or do like a quick summary video and pop that up on your socials. So that is some examples. Pillar number two. Oh, and by the way, you rotate through these pillars, okay? So you literally would go education, then a community one, and then a sale one, and you just rotate through over time. So next, we have community. So what is this one? This is the content that builds connection and shows the people behind the brand. I like to say that this is the pillar that builds trust. So it brings your audience into the story, it showcases your customers, and it creates that emotional buy-in before they purchase. Education's value-driven content, community starts to build that trust and show people that it's more than just your product or your service. So here's a really great example on the right. What this is it's a video of a audio and video production company. And what they constantly do is these really great point of view or POV pieces of content. And this is them on set filming a podcast. And they basically go, ah, look, like point of view, you don't know how to shoot a podcast, so you book with us. And what are they doing? They're showing how hard it is to shoot a podcast. There's lighting and there's, microphones and all sorts that go into it. So they're showing their work, but they're also sort of educating, crossing over. It's not just a solid sales video. So POV or point of view is a really good one for that. Why do you need it? Purchases are emotional, right? People buy from brands that they feel connected to. Think about who you've purchased from recently. Why have you bought from them? I mean, probably a lot of different reasons, but you probably liked them. You felt heard, or you liked their values, or you liked their team, or you liked their CEO, but you got to know them or their brand and you felt connected to it. Community content shows the human side of your business to your customers and it builds that trust that drives the sales. So when the launch happens, you've built that trust. You've given value in education and you've built trust through these types of content posts. Best timing, definitely ongoing as well, but really ramp it up 4 to 6 weeks before the holidays. So you start with education and you start to layer in more of the community. So some examples. BTS, otherwise known as behind the scenes. You can do behind the scenes of your holiday prep. What are you putting together? The deals that you're working on, the bundles, the packages, the team that's coming on board. Behind the scenes, it could be the decorations that you're putting up in your office. It's like a sneak peek into what your business does day in and day out. And especially if you talk about how you're preparing for the holidays, you get people excited about what they could potentially get from you. Staff intros, right? So a day in the life of, you guys probably have seen those pieces of content, some of you, a day in the life of reels or videos, show what it's like for to be a team member of yours or a customer of yours or yourself if you're brave enough. Customer testimonials are great, or little video shout outs. That's that credibility piece, the third party endorsement. Get your customers to weigh in if you can on video. I love doing like a little montage of customer testimonials and reviews where you just ask your clients, hey, can you just answer these 3 questions on camera? Why did you choose to work with me or buy from me? What did you get and why? And if you were to refer me to somebody, what would you say? three questions I flick over to them, and then they record it, and then I can edit and a little video montage of all the customers basically shouting love out towards you. So that's another little tip. Community driven campaigns, you can do polls or quick, like, shout outs like, hey guys, what do you want to see? We're putting together this amazing deal for Black Friday. What do you want to know about it? Point of view, like I showed you in the example before. So point of view stories or customer journeys, kind of these days behind the scenes and point of view and day in a life of all sort of blend together. It's just humanizing your brand and showing behind the curtain of what you do day in and day out, you and your team and your customers. On the right, this is a brilliant example of this. ASOS. So this is like the big clothing e-commerce brand. They, do a lot. They have like a lot of apps, and they're always push notifying you, "Hey, we have a sale coming out." What I love that they do is these types of things. So what ASOSers have in their saved items, taken from a phone in their headquarters, one of their team members sitting on a couch. Could you get any more pose than that? No, no, you could. That's not even pose. You just literally, hey guys, guess what? In the last week, this is what is everyone is saving in their cart. And of course, what does that do? It creates third-party endorsements, social proof, and credibility. We go and we're like, yeah, what does everyone else want to buy? And then suddenly they're making sales without even selling. So it's a sort of behind the scenes piece of content, really smart. Now, what is it? Sales content. Okay, so we have sales focused content designed to drive your purchases. So this is the next pillar that you need to focus on. So we have the community, and now we're moving into sales. This is the one that sells, right? So sales focused content. Your whole outcome with this is I want somebody to come to my website, direct message me, pick up the phone, do the thing I want them to do to become a customer. It includes offers, discounts, urgency, triggers like 48 hours left or 10 spots available. So, what's exciting about Black Friday and the end of the year holidays is that there is inbuilt deadlines. There literally is the opportunity to say 48 hours left or 10 left in our stock, or you have to book by this date to get the deal. It has this inbuilt urgency and scarcity, which is why it's such a popular time of year for purchases. Then think of it as like the ask, right? It's the ask in your campaign after all the other content that you share. So the other content, the education and the value and the behind the scenes and the testimonials is all entertainment and value driven content. This is the content. It's like, hey, here's what I have, come and get it, essentially. That's a little animated GIF on the right-hand side. That is from Canva. So Canva, I'm probably most of you guys know about Canva, right? If you don't, now's your time, especially with the holidays coming up. Canva, C-A-N-V-A. You can do videos in there. You can do animated GIFs or GIFs, just like this on your screen, where it has like it's an image that's animated. And so that's an example of a really great sales post because it's very clear. It's like sale 50% off. It tells you, what you're going to get, and
And
it's
Heather,
literally selling to you.
there's a
Yeah,
free version of that too. I know people pay for it because
Canva.
they need to
Yeah,
upload like your colors and your logos, but there's a free version.
yeah, yeah,
And you can also Google free GIFs and animated GIFs.
yeah.
Yeah, there's just a question, can animated GIFs be shared on Facebook?
Yes, yes, you can. You can export them and upload them. Yes,
Great. And when
exactly.
you're talking about this pillar three of sales, it really makes sense when you talked about, okay, 8 to 10 weeks prior, we need to start educating, we need to start building our community. So when we're
Building.
ready for the sale, they're ready to buy.
Yeah.
Don't
Do you
wait
know
till the day
it's
before, which is what I've done.
so
Here's
many
my
do, right?
product.
Hey, guilty as charged. I might be an expert in this stuff, but I'm still not perfect at it. But yeah, I mean, it is literally what we tend to do because, like a lot of you said, you don't have time for this, right? So suddenly it's the holidays are upon us, or the sale that you want to promote is there, and you're like, oh no, I have to hurry up and promote it, and you will fall flat. Like if for those of you that haven't had great results, that might be why. Like Kate just said, right? You might just literally go, I've got to sell something versus actually thinking how social media works, which is the other two pillars. So yeah, Kate, this is a great point. Thank you for that. So Sales. So why you need it. So this is what makes your business money, right? Urgency and scarcity drive the highest sales during Black Friday and Christmas. Like I said, it's like the inbuilt moment in time when people buy. It's content that makes that ask crystal clear. 50% off now, 48 hours left. This is what I have. This is how you get it. It works best when it's layered over weeks of like we just said, of educational content and community posts. The audience is already primed and ready. You've provided value behind the scenes. They're aware of your brand at that point. Now, the best timing for this is about 2 weeks before the holidays. You go straight in. You're like launching those countdowns. Hey, this is coming out in a week, or this is all we have, and this is when it ends. And you start to intensify and you build over those 2 weeks.
Now, Heather, looking at this,
Yeah.
like I can see, like if you have a product business, like it's quite easy to sort of make sense of it. Amanda's just popped a question in asking, is this the same for services?
So true. Yes, absolutely. I can't tell you how many beautiful Black Friday specials I've had from service-based businesses. Everyone gets in at that time of year. I've done them as well. I'm straight service-based business. I don't even sell info products. So absolutely, I am jumping in with education around a specific offer or deal that I want to put out, and I'm talking about it. I'm doing behind the scenes, and I'm bringing in customer testimonials, and then everyone is aware, and then I launch it. So it works for anyone. But the idea is that you want to build a deal or a special or a moment in time that is why somebody would want that specific service you have on offer. So yeah,
Great. Thanks,
really
Heather.
good question. Yeah, oh good. So we have some sales examples. So we have countdown posts. Now in Instagram, you can pop on and if you're doing like stories, which are those pieces of content that are made for behind the scenes point of view. That's the content that disappears, every 24 hours, the stories. You have stickers that you can put on top, and there's a countdown sticker that's brilliant for this. So like every day you could put up a little quick story, like an image or a quick video, reminding people the special that's to come and doing a countdown timer that's like a little sticker that you put on top. It's an icon inside of where you build your stories. So you have countdown posts, but you can make an animated GIF, and you can go over to Canva, as we said before, or even Google for animated GIFs. Get countdown GIF and put that up as a post. We have holiday bundle announcements. So you might have a specific bundle deal that you're putting together. Definitely, if you do e-commerce and products, you could do this. Limited time discount graphics, so it's only available for 48 hours. Customer testimonial and product offer combos. So you could have like a testimonial of a customer talking about this is the best thing ever. Could be service. And then you're like, and guess what? This service or this product is 50% off, or you buy one, get one for the next 48 hours. So you can layer in customer validation with a deal at the same time. Shop now, swipe up reels, link stickers on your stories, whatever you can do to just promote. This is all about promoting the deal and what you're selling. So here is a service-based business on the right. They do staging, and so this was their deal. 1 week hire for 1 day price. Upgrade your concert, festival, or expo staging. Book by the 20th of December. So they created this fantastic service-based deal for the time of year, and it was literally 1 week of stage hire for 1 day price. Pretty phenomenal, and something that they do and they get a lot of good results from. So that's another example. That's a graphic, by the way. That's not even a video. I tend to find that with your sales content, graphics tend, not always, but tend to perform quite well because it's a quick little like, hey, here's what we have, here's the deal, here's the discount, here's the urgency. Whereas the other two, the content, like the awareness, education, and the behind the scenes in the community, tend to, not always, but tend to be videos because you give more of an opportunity for people to watch and experience your customers and you and your brand.
Makes sense when you explain it like that. I hadn't thought of it.
Oh, good. Oh, perfect. Glad. Yeah. And I've done a lot of testing, you guys, over the years. A lot of testing when I do these campaigns for people as well. And I'm always under the hood in the metrics. And so, yeah, I'm going to, well, which one's working? And it's tends to be going that direction. So yeah. Let's talk timelines, you guys. So with that, before we do that, I actually do want to do pillar number two. I want to do poll number two. I want to know about the pillars for you. Now that you know about them, education, community, and sales, we're going to pull up a quick little poll, and I want to know from you guys, which one do you think is the easiest? Which one do you find is actually the easiest? And this will be a single choice answer. So if you could
Yes,
pop
only
that
one
in.
this time. I can tell people want to put in two. You rule
Okay.
breakers, that's why you have your own business.
Yeah, exactly.
We all fit in that category. All right, we've got 50% voted. Give you another 5 seconds. Quick, get in there, put your vote in. Which one do you find the easiest? 60%, 70%. 2 more seconds. All right, I'm ending it.
Okay, what do we have?
All right, ding ding. Here's our results.
Education. Ooh, this is good. Yeah, I love this, you guys. I'm actually really happy you said education. Normally it's just sales. So that's a really good sign because education content is so important. So that's really good to hear. Community, yeah, this is always the challenging one, by the way, because you're either asking for customer feedback or input, or you're having to
Mm,
be real and raw and go behind the scenes of what you do. So I get that. And sales, good on you guys for coming up with good sales content.
yeah.
So yeah, thank
And
you
for
for that.
those that are watching the replay, education's 57% was our winner, sales is 28%, and community is 15%. So,
Excellent.
so ramp up your community a little bit. Heather's got some great ideas there.
Yeah, thank you for that. So we're going to go into a little bit of a quick timeline here. So this is the campaign timeline, just as a snapshot you can see on your screen. So we have education, and I'll give you a few more details in a minute on each of these. We have education about 8 to 10 weeks before, say, Black Friday or the holiday start. Community roughly 4 to 6 weeks. Conversion in roughly 2 weeks you kick off, and then conversion peak is just like max urgency. Now you're just doing lots of different posts during that time, like literally during that sort of Black Friday to Christmas time period.
Now, Heather, I know we're
So
not in the
yeah,
Q&A, but I'm going to ask this question because I think more
go
people will
for
be
it.
asking it. Don has asked, when's the best time to launch a Black Friday sale? I noticed that retailers start this in the first week of November itself. And I think what Don's actually
They
asking is
do.
about, because Black Friday itself, I think is the end of November. But yes, people are extending it and
Correct.
making like a sale for the sake of a sale. Um,
Yeah.
so
No.
starting it earlier to
You
maximize,
could.
is that so they don't spend their money elsewhere? Is that because, I don't know.
Well, it's a really good question. Remember how I was saying earlier, you guys, that you can start like as part of the sort of community education, you can start to talk behind the scenes. I'm working on this sale. This is coming. This is what's going to be our Black Friday countdown timers, all that sort of stuff. You can start earlier, and it's up to your business and what you want to do when you open the door for those sales.
Ah, that's the
But
question
people
Don's
start,
asking. Yes.
that's it. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I literally, in a financial year as well, I look for deals and then I decide
Mm.
which one I'm going to buy.
So if,
And I
Don,
do
if it
that in
works for your
advance.
business and you want to do it before the Black Friday weekend, you go for it. That's what I'm hearing, Heather.
Totally. Yeah, go for it.
You do
But
you.
all of you all of you pre-announce the sale that's coming, all
Yes.
of you. But you don't
Great
have to open
idea.
the doors for it until literally the Black Friday, which is the 27th, I think, of November, around that time period. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm going to hold on questions because I know we're getting tight on time. We've got about 7 minutes before we hold on questions, and you've got some great
Yeah.
meta ads, so I'm going to hold them for the moment.
Perfect. Thank you. That'd be amazing. So 8 to 10 weeks before Black Friday, remember that's the education. Goal is to build awareness and warm up your audience before the rush. Communities, 4 to 6 weeks before holidays. That's the testimonials, user stories. Goal, build trust and connection so your brand stays top of mind. Conversion, that's the goal. Create anticipation, push people closer to the purchase, really layer in the countdown timers, what you have on offer, and begin promoting a little early, like I said, for all of you. Start promoting before you even open the cart or the ability to even sign up. And then we have the conversion peak. That's where you're solidly just generating, promoting different deals, specials, and generating those sales. That's when people are primed and ready to spend. They've done the due diligence trying to work out what they're going to buy. You've been top of mind for the previous 8 weeks, then they'll start to think of you. Now, I want to talk to you about boosted posts because this is how you amplify out your content. So you have these three pillars to rotate through. Now you can basically handpick some of them to boost out to a wider audience. So it's essentially choosing the right boost at the right time. You get faster reach, stronger engagement, and ultimately more sales as well. I'm going to actually put up the last poll right now around boosted posts and ads just to get an idea of what you guys have done, what you have experience with. So we'll put up that last poll, that last question. Here we go. Have you ever run meta ads? Example, Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger ads. So let me know. No. Have you never run an ad at all? Have you ever, maybe you just boosted posts? So if you boosted a post, have you run ads in Ads Manager? And then maybe you've used like an external company to run ads for you. So let us know. Multiple choice, you could be a few of those as well. Which
I love
ones?
that people are right on board with the polls are closing quickly because this is the fastest people have responded.
This is
And I
great.
remember there was a time when boosted posts were in and then boosted posts were out. So I'm really glad you're going to clear this one up. All right, 3 more
Yes.
seconds. I'm ending the poll. We've got 85% voted. Three, two, one. All right, let's have a look.
No.
Oh,
So
advanced
33% of you have
people,
never.
you.
That's
Could you
it.
run an ads manager? Well done.
I'm impressed by those of you because Ads Manager is more complicated, which we'll talk about in a minute. Ever boosted post, 20% of you. And I've used external company, 5%. Okay, great. For those of you, 33% of you that have never run an ad, I'm going to show you how easy it is. And I'm going to clear up some, like Kate, you were asking what's the deal with boosted posts versus
Mm.
normal ads. So let's talk about it. So when boosting makes sense, boosting is using a post that you already have on Instagram or Facebook. It's easy. It's so easy to do. It's like 60-second setup. You push a boost button and off you running, almost, and you have an ad. It's quite inexpensive, right? So it's to take one post that you do and give it more juice, put it out there to more people. What's cool about boosted posts is the social proof carries over. So the likes, comments, and shares that you have on it will show up in the ad as well. It's really great for time sensitive promotions, like what we're talking about, event reminders, top performing reels, testimonials, local reach, that sort of stuff. And it's literally the boost button that's to the bottom right. This is a Facebook post on your screen right there. Now, Ads Manager, a little bit more complicated. So it's advanced, right? So it looks more like this on the screen. Whereas the other one, it's just a button, boost, and you go through some steps. This one's like you go into a different area of Facebook. There's this area where you have to create campaign. You have advanced goals. You have forms that you can generate leads on directly in Meta. You have conversions you can track. You can set up your commerce manager and do catalog sales and shoppable posts. Way more control over your audiences. You can have multiple marketing funnels. You can do like split testing, more advanced, right? Quite more advanced. Creative variations, more detailed optimization. You can scale posts more because you have a lot more testing and you have different types of audiences that you can target. Both work, by the way, both work. Meta would not have boosted posts still if boosted posts didn't work. Because if people don't make money off of these tools, they're not going to use them. So they do work. And I'm going to give you some tips on how, why boosted posts are actually a great place to start for the 33% of you that have never run ads. And also could be a good layering in tool for those of you using Ads Manager. So the key differences are basically this. So rule of thumb, boost to validate and amplify content. It's the perfect place to start. If you want to then go up from there, you can take your winners of the content that's performing organically really well and put them into Ads Manager, and you can really scale for return on your ad spend, return on your ads, your ROAS. So the difference is boosted post on the left, ads manager on the right. So boosted post, you basically amplify for things like more engagement, more likes and comments and shares, more traffic to your website, more DMs or direct messages. On the right, ads manager is full suite in anything you want, leads, conversions, sales, but there's a bit more setup to that as well. On the left, you kind of have basic audiences or targeting. On the right, you have much more granular targeting where you can do different types of audiences in there and you can exclude your buyers, for example. So you're only targeting new people. It's quite simple, boosted posts, perfect place to start, simple. The one on the right, conversion, it's all about conversion optimization and using different types of bidding strategies and deciding where you want your ads to show up, different placements, different sizes of ads. On the left, limited testing. On the right, much more robust testing. You can do like A/B split testing, different types of audiences. On the left, it's quite top line metrics. You only get the basics like how many people saw it, how many clicks did you get. Whereas on the right, you can see everything you want, landing page views and conversions and different page likes and reactions to your post. You get a lot more over there. Is this simple? On Facebook, you have your post. You tap on the boost button. You have a pop-up window that now shows up like the right-hand side of my screen. First goal or first outcome is like you set the goal, right? So you pop under change goal. You can choose that to change that to what you want it to be, like website visits or DMs or engagement. You change that goal to whatever you want your post to do. Website traffic would be if you're selling stuff on your website. You next go through the rest of the settings. Advantage plus creative, that allows Meta's AI to step in and essentially make your posts optimized with maybe some sound that it puts on top. You don't have full control over how your brand looks if you turn this on. So if you don't want like a green text flying in on one of your ads, then you might want to flick that off because you're using sort of AI tools for this and you don't have full control. So you can flick that off. You keep scrolling down to where the audience section is. So I've kind of gone from bottom of the screen to the top right, where you have the audience details, and you can now edit your audience details or your targeting. It allows you to choose your age range. It allows you to choose location. It allows you to then choose even detailed targeting. If I was in the health and wellness space, I might go, oh yeah, I want them to like yoga or health and wellness or fitness, for example. It then allows you to choose your duration, so how many days you want this boosted post to run, and your budget as well. You also have a placement settings. Just keep that on right there because it's going to allow you to do a boosted post from Facebook over on Instagram or vice versa. So you can spread it across all of the Meta tools. And then it'll show you what you can expect from your daily results over there on the next screen, which will say if you're spending this amount of money to this audience for this duration, this is roughly what you can expect. And then you see your ads once you hit publish and it goes in and gets accepted. You can see your ads, your boosted posts inside of your Facebook page. So you go to your Facebook page, and that's on a desktop computer there. And you just scroll down the left-hand side to Ad Center, and you can see all of your boosted posts in there. So you can even turn them off if you want to. You're like, wait, I don't think I want that one to stay on anymore. Instagram, so easy as well. Boost, same thing. Create a post, boost it. It takes you to a series of steps as well. So it's like number one is what do you want the ad to do? I want people to either visit my profile, maybe get more followers. I can choose visit my website. You know, I'm selling stuff. I want them to go over there or message me DMs. Then who should see my ad? I can do suggested audience, or I can go ahead and edit that into my own audience. And then I have my budget and my duration as well. Simple, right? Like only a few steps, making sure you're choosing the right location and what you want out of your ad. So some things to keep in mind is pick a post that is already performing well organically. If it has really good engagement, it means people already like it. So it's the perfect post to boost and put money behind. Think about your budget and duration. You want to start relatively low if you're new to this. So $30 to $150 roughly for 3 to 7 days. And then you can extend the winners that are getting you better results. For those of you that are a little bit more advanced and have run ads, you keep an eye on things like, your cost per 1,000 impressions or your CPM. It's like how many people are seeing your ads, your cost per click, your click-through rates, all these sort of ad metrics you always want to keep an eye on because they show you if your ad's successful. And then reply. Oh my gosh, so important to reply to your DMs and your comments. When you boost your post, you're going to get activity. Make sure you're on there and you're replying to the people that are talking to you and asking you questions. You don't want crickets in there. And then if comments stop or they start to go negative, it's time to just pause the boosted post and refresh. Just means enough people have seen it. It has what we call ad fatigue, time to move on. Creative fit, make sure you're doing that 9 by 16 reels. You want that, and then it'll automatically kind of crop those down for you for other placements when you're doing that. And a clear call to action: buy my stuff, direct message me, go to my website. Here's where you get the deal. That's really important. Remember to start small, test smart, and scale the winners. Really, really important. So, when do you boost? Education, again, same as when you're doing the post, right? 8 to 10 weeks out, you boost your reels, your feature demos, your FAQs, your carousels. Community, 4 to 6 weeks out. post and boost at the same time. Testimonials, BTS, point of view, user-generated content, from your people. Increase that trust and reach, and your conversion is 2 weeks pre-sale all the way through to during the sale. You boost those content videos that are actually asking for the sale.
Great.
So
And
I'm gonna
these you
do,
can be taking
yeah.
photos on of along the way, things that you
Oh
like. And
yeah.
there is a recording so you can go back because there's so much information here. So take some photos and know you can come back to it.
And we do have a little quick checklist at the end. And I do want to just show you a couple quick little kind of expand on the case studies that we've already been doing, but be specific with a couple more in here. We'll talk specifically how e-commerce use ads. Like this e-commerce was a gift basket store. These are their ads, you guys. You're gonna love this. Okay, so
These
this is
cracked me
how
up, Heather.
simple. This is how simple it is. Oh my God. So this is a gift company, a gift basket company, and the owner is like his other job is a farm. He's a farmer, and he had this gift basket company, and he's like, "Oh, I just feel like I want to like speak to my people. I want to do this." He had an agency running ads for him. He's like, "I just want to see if I could beat the agency." Guy knows nothing about ads. So he's all he's all about I want easy last minute gift giving, right? And he's just like, I just want to focus on the everyday bloke, like the guy that's like, oh no, I forgot to buy a gift for my partner or my kids. Okay, so no kidding. He goes out on his farm and he takes a photo of a horse, his horse, you can see there. This is the caption. Christmas is coming. Don't leave it too late. Get a meaningful gift now from, and then I think you said a couple of other texts like now from $10 or something like that. And the other headline, quit horsing around and do it today. He had like even spelling errors. I'm not kidding. And they performed so well, it's ridiculous. His second one was, I think this was his nephew or something, received a gift but forgot to send them one. That was the whole caption. And then he said, like, hit the emergency help button labeled shop
Up
now.
now.
It's
Very
so good.
human.
And this is his results. So he had such good engagement because they were just simple photos, unedited, really speaking to his target market, very human, unassuming, relatable photos from his phone. He had a really high return on ad spend. They got better return on ad spend or ROI than the agency, an agency. So you can see on the screen here. He's called his sales photo test, his ad campaign, and it cost him $14 per purchase, but his gift baskets were $180 plus. And then the agency was $98 for them. So it's
Wow.
like amazing, right? So good.
Gloating, I'm sure.
Gloating, so simple. Um, the other one was a restaurant or services, and they basically did very simple phone filmed videos and basically just like edited them quickly together in a tool called CapCut. And it was promoting the venue for holiday parties, venue walkthroughs, and slideshows of previous events. That's all he did. He just stockpiled information and edited them in simple stuff. His dates filled for Christmas as a result of doing a couple simple slideshows and videos. And then he had bookings for halfway through the this year, 2025. And then
Wow.
he had a huge increase in secondary bookings for regular meals because of exposure to his business overall, increased his restaurant bookings. These are videos that he filmed on his phone, behind the scenes walkthroughs, slideshows, and the other guy just took photos of horses and his nephew, so pretty cool. So
Great.
what
Get
we'll
your
do,
phones out. Get ready to take a photo of this. Let's do it, Heather. And then we're doing
here's
some
a checklist and we'll go
Q&A.
into some Q&A. Okay, guys, here's your checklist. Number one, prepare. You want to do map your content pillars. You learned about them. Build up your media library. Start taking photos and videos now on your phone. Plan your posts. Start early in October. Okay, start compiling content now. Think of what you're going to promote. Start early October. Start to plan those posts. Build landing pages if you need them on your website to send traffic to, or any systems that you need with your team to actually accommodate these new sales. Number two, get ready to post. Rotate through your pillars that we talked about. Create your posts using, scheduling tools. Meta has really great content planner, scheduler. Watch your insights or your metrics to see which are the best performers. Keep an eye on that while you're rotating through your pillars because those best performers you can boost in step three. Select the top performing ones and boost. Target the right audiences, make sure local to you or your business or who you want to target. Set your budget and timeline, and then refine. Just keep checking on what you're doing, track your results, double down on what works and adjust and repeat. But get going now, you guys. Stockpiling your content, thinking about what you're going to promote, and start preparing and launching with them in October to get going for the holidays.
I love this, Heather, that I've looked at this and gone, I could do this. And then there's a part going, and I can see why companies like Website Love also have a lot of clients. Like
Yeah, thank
there's
you.
there's both of those things. Like it is accessible and like there's like choosing, is it something you want to do or is it something that you don't want to do? But
Very, very, very true.
let's get into some Q&A now. I
Let's
have
do
been
it.
asking them along the way. What I'd love you to do
Great.
before you close that is to just go forward and share the QR code for some feedback.
There we go.
So we absolutely read all the feedback that you've done from the last session, which has helped to shape the topics that we've done for this round. So please grab your phone and do um, a couple of minutes to give us feedback on this while we're doing our Q&A, okay? And then after that, we'll tell you a little bit about next week's session. So let's do Q&A. I've already asked
Let's do
them
it.
as we've gone along. Um, there was a great question from Craig of Abby's Books. Doesn't pre-announcing your upcoming sale kill your current sales?
Ooh, such a good question. This is part of how you need to plan out your marketing for sure. And you can
Mm.
adjust the pre-announcement and make it closer into your, say, if you do Black Friday special, you can just give it a week before. You don't want to cannibalize what you also have going on in your business.
Yes.
So the I don't a confused mind never buys or takes action. So
Mm.
tighten maybe the deadlines or the timelines a little bit, but you really do want to try and hit the pillars as close as possible to the advanced notice that I
Okay.
mentioned.
Correct. Um, Christians and Barto's been asking about how can we access the recording. Cynthia, perhaps could you find that site and pop it in there? It normally comes up the next day because we trim the video and we pop it up. So we'll get that link for you. Oh, Cynthia's already on it. She sent it 4 minutes ago. So
Perfect.
scroll down on the chat, you'll see the recording be available on the City of Sydney Reboot page, and there's the link there. And of course, the link for our feedback. Okay, next question. What's the ROI, return on investment, of boosted versus meta ads?
Mm. This ultimately comes down to how good is your offer, what you're selling, meaning how good is your content? Are you doing the pre-work, the awareness and education behind the
Mm.
scenes? More than it comes down to where you place the ad. Ads Manager gives you more settings and more flexibility, and ultimately, over time, you will get a better ROI there. But I'm not, you can still get fantastic results with boosted posts if you're new to it. It's more the quality of your content that you put out.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now, Matthew asked, how often should you be posting on social media to gain awareness? Maybe this
How
is how long a
often?
piece of string, but I don't,
Okay, well,
I don't
Meta has
know,
an answer.
Matthew.
Yeah, that's so good. Meta's answer is you want to post roughly 3 to 5 times a week on Instagram and Facebook. So
Okay.
3 to 5 times a week. So if you kind of do the math around that, you want to do an educational post like once or so a week. Once or so awareness, a community, right? And then over on to sales. So just rotate through at least once a week.
Okay. Eric asks, if we want to sell something more on the upmarket route, do we need to refine all content to be perfect to keep the high image? Or would you recommend just getting content out in all three pillars?
Get content out in all three pillars and do something polished as well. In and amongst that, look at your metrics and see which one performs the best.
Ah,
I
test
tend to
it.
find, yeah, test it. Tell exactly
Great.
like you said, Kate. Yeah, test your stuff. I tend to find that it is literally the community content, the behind the scenes point of view stuff that's candidly filmed that will tend to perform the best. But test it.
Even for an upmarket product.
Even for
Interesting.
upmarket, which you
Okay.
can still do beautiful content from your phone. No worries with that, just how you kind of slice it together.
Great. Okay. Mandy asks, regarding scaling winners, how do you know or define who and what is a winner?
Okay, so a couple things. If you were to scale a boosted post, so you would look under your ad center, like I showed you in the slides on your Facebook page, and it'll show you like how many clicks you got through your website. It'll show you how much it cost for a click. It'll give you sort of these metrics. You're going to look for basically the most reach, the most clicks to your website at the cheapest amount. That's a really great place to start, as well as the engagement. In your ads manager, you'll be able to track more information like how many sales you got, how many conversions or phone calls you got, and it'll show you how much it cost you to get a sale or say a DM or a phone call. So you have more data over there and it'll show you exactly how much you cost for those. And then you can scale those, the cheaper ones, the better results.
Great. Now, Matthew's question, and I would love to know the answer to this one as well. When I look something up and say Google or Facebook, and then I start getting targeted ads on social media, you wonder who's watching you. Is it because of Ads Manager and how Ads Manager is set up?
So
Or is
you're
this
getting what's
cookies? Or is this something else?
all of the above. Yeah. So a couple things. So number one, this you can still do with boosted posts. So because you now did something on Facebook or Instagram showing your intent of what you're interested in, the second these companies already have these ads running and they're trying to target people, say, that are business owners that are looking for social media help. Because you've now clicked on some posts about that, suddenly you're now in the audience that they're targeting. The same thing will happen for you whenever you do an ad and you say target, like I showed you, yoga or engage shoppers or people that like clothing. The second somebody expresses interest in that thing, they're now in your audience and they're going to potentially see your ad. So that's essentially what's always happening with ads that you're running on
Ah,
Meta. Pretty cool.
great. All right, I've got a couple more questions in these last couple of minutes. And also, um, just to follow up on the recording, because you've signed up for today, you will get an email from City of Sydney with the recording, so you can make sure you get access to that. And also, just a quick plug for our next week's session, which is about doing more about social media and how to really stand out. And we have a wonderful expert, Monique Forsella, coming along. So we'll share that in the chat as well. So you can sign up for that while we're answering our last couple of questions. Okay.
Good.
Last questions are how important, this one is from Christian, how important is tagging Instagram when you boost posts or reels and it's not possible to tag when you plan in advance? Is this correct?
So if you're going, okay, so if you're going to boost a post that already exists, then somebody will already be tagged in it because it's an
Okay.
existing post that you're then going to
Yes.
boost. I tend to not do tags in my ads because they're you're now promoting a business that may or may not want to be part of that campaign. I instead will do what we call partnership ads, where you in
Yes.
Instagram, for example, you basically tag somebody in as a partner or collaborator. Then they can approve being part of that. And then they can also approve to be in the ad. I tend to run it that way
Yeah.
rather than tags and making those into
Okay.
ads.
Great. Benson asks, are there easy ways to qualify the leads from Ad Manager?
Qualify leads. So basically, the best thing you can do with qualifying is your audience is the first start. So it's like who you're targeting, right? Where they live, their interests. Qualifying comes down to two things. Number one is what you say in your ad copy. So I've even said in my ad copy, attention service-based businesses. I know it sounds funny, but literally it works, right? You're calling out to your audience in your ad copy or in your video. Where you send them on your website also helps to qualify, especially service-based businesses. What you write on that page that you send them, the copy will help to qualify. So it's multiple steps. And the targeting doesn't really qualify. It's more so what happens after they see the ad or when they see the ad.
Okay. And Amanda asks, with boosted posts, do they still rely on the Instagram algorithm?
So all ads, but specifically boosted posts, will tend to perform better if they're top performing posts. So when you say algorithm, they show up more based on your targeting because you're spending money. So they'll just show up in the feeds of everyone in your targeting, but you'll have better results with your ads, potentially better reach and less ad costs if you've boosted already a higher performing post, which means the algorithm favors it. But yeah, the algorithm doesn't come into play as much with who sees your ads because you're just already targeting people and it's going to just push your ad out to who's in your audience that you're targeting.
Great. And our final question, believe it or not, Heather, we've done it, is from Craig, Abby's Bookshop. Do you prefer Facebook or Instagram? This might be like choosing a child.
Is that for me or in general? Both. I still look, I prefer both because there's so many different types of users on both, but it
Yes.
does come down to your market. If you're tended going
Yes.
for a little bit of the older demographic, still definitely bring Facebook into that. But
Facebook.
I've seen ads perform really well for people in their 20s over on Facebook too.
Amazing. Heather, the amount we got into this 60 minutes was astounding. I have a lot of comments saying I'm going to be watching the recording because there was so
Good.
much content in there. So valuable. Thank you so much, Heather. As we said, there is a QR code. We'd love to get your feedback. And in the chat, there is a link for our social media session that is on next week with the wonderful Monique. And learning. So we're really capitalizing on each of these sessions, and there's a flow to it on purpose. So we have this one with Heather today about our meta ads, and then we're looking more around social media. Our third session, so in 2 weeks' time, we're looking at AI and the business hacks for business owners. We have a sales one, and then we have one for SEO, which I know everyone asked for. So thank you very much, everybody. I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place. I will be here with another wonderful guest. And make sure you keep an eye out for your email from the City of Sydney with the recording from today. Thank you,
Thank
Heather.
you, Kate. Thank you, Kate, so much. Thanks to all of you for being here as well. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you.